Hi, Stan. Thank you for coming in. My name is David. I will be your social worker. And first thing I want to let you know is that whatever you say in this session will be confidential, and I will not, nobody else will uh, ever know what you say unless it is something that is harmful to children, the elderly, and if you need to harm yourself, then uh, I am also a mandatory reporter, so I would have to find help for you. Uh, so I just wanted to let you know. I'll be taking notes, and as we go along, and I first want to ask you some questions. It says here you're 32 years old. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes, that's
32?
correct.
Okay. Okay. And so what is your ethnicity?
I am white,
Oh,
Caucasian.
okay. And what would you say you're physically fit or poor fit? Not fit or
I would say I'm a little thin. Not too thin, but I would say I'm a good weight.
okay. Okay. All right. And do you have any physical problems, heart problems, anything like that, diabetes?
No, as of right now, I haven't experienced any health problems.
Okay, so no comorbidities. Um, and so it says you were referred by probation services. Can you tell me about that, please?
Yes, so I've been using methamphetamine for about 8 years now, and so I'm an addict. The reality is I'm an addict, and I'm struggling. I haven't made the best choices in the past. I'm having a horrible time just trying to stay sober. I just can't quit. And I recently drove under the influence and was stopped and got a DUI. And so I am on probation, and so they referred me here to get some help.
Well, thank you for being vulnerable and honest, open about all of that, Stan. That's sounds like a lot of hard things to go through. Um, so, how does that make you feel? That the DUI and being on probation.
I feel very stupid. I feel very stupid and just out of control, I would say. I feel very angry most of the time. I'm very tired, but I can't seem to get any sleep to relax. I'm also experiencing problems at home, so that doesn't help. That just adds to my stress. And of course, with this DUI, just making sure I stay sober and follow whatever I need to do to stay out of jail, of course. So I would say I'm very stressed out. I'm feeling very overwhelmed.
Can you tell me more about the problems at home?
Yeah, so in me trying to stay sober and just stop my use, I've been feeling very angry, like I said, very angry, very tired, not being able to stay very irritable. And so just my relationship with my partner has not been the best. Um, it's just causing me a lot of strain, a lot of stress. I feel like I'm taking out a lot of my anger on my partner, and so it's not helping. And it also doesn't help that my relationship is going downhill. It just adds more stress as well.
I hear you. Um, are you and your partner living together?
Yes, we currently are.
Okay. Okay. Are are you can you tell me something about your any previous mental health issues?
You said previous mental health.
Yes.
Um, uh, I don't recall ever having any struggles with that. I think more than anything, I've experienced more now. Now that I'm trying to stay sober, I feel very sad, very depressed. I'm feeling like I want to be alone. Um, although I haven't experienced any physical health problems, I feel a difference in my body. I feel weaker. I feel very vulnerable just mentally too. I feel out of it. I just want to be alone. I want to get out of this, and but it's hard.
Sam, the good news is I deal with a lot of people who are in the same situation and similar situations, and they they feel the same way. And after several sessions, many of them start feeling better and feeling start to improve. Are you have very many friends or family around?
Um, I do have family. They do live far, so um, but it's kind of hard to have some like close connection, a close relationship. Um, honestly, I have my partner and I have maybe like a couple friends. Some of them use as well, so that doesn't help. But I have maybe one or two friends that are seem pretty successful, pretty, healthy. Don't do drugs, don't drink. So not too much family though.
And so the friends that don't do drugs and uh, don't drink, are they how many are there? Are they do they live close to you?
Yeah, it's two. They do live close. I actually work closely with one of them. Um, they're pretty good friends.
Okay. Yeah. And do you do things, activities together? What kind of things do you do if you
Yeah, we used to hike a lot before I started using. I used to hike with these two individuals. I was very active, I would say, very active. I like to go run, walk my dog. Like I said, hiking that really helped me. Just being out in nature, being in a different environment, I think helped. Just being out of the usual routine.
Okay. Um, so you said 8 years ago you started to use. Is there anything that happened in your life at that time that caused you to start using?
Yeah. At the time, my brother passed away. Um, he had
Sorry.
cancer, and he dealt with it for about a year or two, maybe a year and a half, I would say. And so it was hard. It was hard being around him. It was hard just to see him, suffer and just go through that experience. And once he passed away, I was grieving. And I didn't really go for my friends and my family. I think I just wanted to be alone, and so I started going out, partying, and started using, and so that's kind of where it started. It started as just here and there, but then eventually 3 times to 5 times I would inject daily, and so it's gone out of control.
I'm sorry about your brother.
Yeah.
And have you ever had any gone through the grieving process?
Not sober. I would say no, not really. I would say because of the drug, I didn't really feel much, and so it kind of helped me avoid that, and so I would say I didn't properly grieve, I guess you can say.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Are you, sounds like you and your brother are very close.
Yeah, he was my older brother, and so we were very close. My dad would work a lot, and so we would spend a lot of time together. So it was definitely hard.
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice. Yeah, I'm sorry. Um, um, and but the rest of your family is far away.
Yeah, they're pretty far. They live out of state. I try to call them here and there, but it's hard since I'm not even in the mood to talk to anyone, honestly.
Mhm. Yeah. Um, so what would you say? I'm hearing that I want you to say, and tell me if this is correct. I'm hearing that you feel hopeless, angry, um, uh, wanting to be alone. Are there any other feelings that you want me to note down?
No, I would say that's it.
Okay. Okay. Um, so, and these feelings are very difficult to deal with by yourself. And I can see where that would lead to whatever, the coping with the drugs or drinking and wanting to be alone. And I um, want to I want to thank you though for being very open and vulnerable about everything. And I know it's really hard, and it's, especially when you're talking to a stranger about all these things that are really deep inside and rooted inside. And um, do, but I do with these feelings, helpless, angry, alone, and I do want to ask, uh, do you have any suicidal ideations or thoughts?
Um, no, I mean, I'm not gonna say I haven't thought about it before. I think at my lowest point, but no, um, I don't think I would ever do anything. I
Okay,
feel
good.
although I feel like although I'm in a difficult situation, I'm feeling very very sad, very hopeless, like you said. I'm not thinking about that right now. It's
Okay.
not on my mind.
All right. Um, would you would you be okay if I gave you a number just in case that ever did happen?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'm willing to try anything at this point, honestly.
Okay. So it sounds like what I've heard is in the past hiking and being with your two buddies who don't use was good. Would you be willing to try um, either going to the gym or hiking with them or doing some activities with them, um, uh, and be open and vulnerable with them to, get some healing process?
Um, I'm willing to try. Definitely getting out of the routine, like I said, maybe hiking, but I don't know if I'm ready to be open with them about what I'm going through. I mean, they can obviously tell that I'm struggling with something. I would say I'm willing to try hiking, maybe going out in nature. I'm not so sure about telling them what I'm going through. Although I'm
Okay.
telling you, a complete stranger, which is weird.
Yeah,
But no, I just don't want everyone to know right now
that's fine.
exactly what I'm going through.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, yeah, I understand that. That could cause awkward relationship dynamics. So
Yeah, I
yeah, you
wouldn't
don't
want to
want to.
ruin those relationships more
Yeah,
than I'm
right.
already
And
ruining mine.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. So really need to try that. Um, I I noticed that um your youth was preceded by the death of your brother, and that is a very, very big, huge loss. And I I want to ask if you would be willing to go to a grieving class at our clinic that meets weekly, um, with people who have had losses in their lives, brothers, sisters, mothers, wives, children. Um, and if it is mandatory to be sober, so that would be a benefit. They do sobriety testing every week. Um, would that be something that you would be willing to do?
Does this mean I have to share?
You would not have to share. Um, I mean, in fact, I believe they are a group. The group dynamic is built around only open when you feel like you're feeling vulnerable, like it's okay.
Yeah, as long as I mean, I'm willing to try. I just don't feel ready to share right now.
Oh, then that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. And let's see. So also, I do want to kind of go back to when you do start feeling hopeless, angry, or alone. When you start having those feelings, those thoughts, um, would you be willing to try to reframe your thoughts? Does that make any sense? Like for
No.
instance, when you uh, are having a craving and you feel angry, maybe you would you be willing to mm, possibly try something different, like changing your mindset?
Um, can you give me an example? So if I'm saying that if I'm currently experiencing a craving and wanna inject myself, what would that look like?
Maybe I want to go hiking, or I want to lift 50 pounds at the gym.
Okay. So do you just want me to kind of think of these thoughts or
You can think of them or write them down. At this point, I know it's really hard to go ahead and you know go for it. But if you want to write them down, that's the first step. So
okay. Yeah, I mean I can do that. I can try it.
okay. All right. Well, Stan, thank you so much for coming today. I really am glad you opened up, and Hope next time that we see each other, you can share with me about the classes and hiking and other things like that.
Thanks, man. I hope this works, man. You said this was effective, right?
Yes,
Thanks.
you're welcome.